some more Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo Switch. In today's video, we are going to be collecting a few Gold Skulltulas and maybe a couple heart pieces or so. Just kind of all depends on what we all have left to collect. And I will do some little progression of the main story. But I just wanted to kind of get some of this stuff out of the way first. So I'm not super familiar with what we do all need to get yet. I do know there are some Skulltulas here that I have missed. So we're going to be going after those first. And I think I've gotten a majority of the magic bean Skulltulas, like from those little pile of soil. So we should be fairly good there. It's just going to be a matter of whether or not I remember which ones I've gotten. And I think the only one that I haven't gotten, that is the one that I can't get yet, and that's going to be in the, like right outside the Spirit Temple later on. Otherwise, I want to say I've gotten all the soil Skulltulas, but we'll see. There's some in Zelda's Cavern that I can't get because you need to be an adult to collect. For sure, one of them I might be able to get the rest of them as adult Link later on then too. It's just gonna kind of depend on if there's like any young Link items that I need, but I don't think there is. I'm pretty sure we've gotten. I think we've gotten everything from Jabu Jabu. Yeah, we did. So it's the Deku Tree that I need to get stuff from. And Tatango's Cavern. So Tatango's Cavern we'll probably get next video or something. It just depends on where I'm at and whatnot. Some of the Skulltulas only show up when you're adult Link, so I'm gonna have to be vigilant with remembering what I all need to get and whatnot. Don't recall if there's any on the Great Deku Tree itself. I don't think there is, but it doesn't hurt to check, right? So, might as well. And we're getting some free Deku sticks, so that's always nice as well. But I'm pretty sure we've gotten a majority of the young Link ones. Can't remember whether or not there's really any in Hyrule Field. Well, I know there's some in Hyrule Field, I just don't really remember like what grottos and whatnot, so it's probably going to be a lot of rolling around just to figure out where things are at and whatnot, but hopefully I can get things figured out. And I apologize if you can hear my stomach growling. Slightly hungry, but I won't do this because I was in the mood for Ocarina of Time. But I will be doing Phasmophobia video tomorrow for those of you interested. Just because I did that poll recently, and it seems that Phasmo seems to be the more popular one. So I'll be trying to do at least one more video of that a week. But I do still want to maintain either the two or three Ocarina of Time videos I get out per week, but I'll always end up having one more Phasmo video per week. So there's gonna be some days where I do 2 days in a row of uploading, whatnot, just depends. But I think this is the only Gold Skulltula that I need yet from the Deku Tree, and it's, in my opinion, kind of a weird choice that they wanted you to get the bombs for this one Skulltula, whereas Jabu Jabu's belly is meant only for young Link, but then again, Tatango's Cavern does have you going there as adult Link, so it's a little interesting. There's not really any dungeons that are only adult Link that young Link needs to head into just to get a Gold Skulltula, so I don't know, it's interesting that there's just this one Skulltula that requires might as well try and get everything I can. Just because I'm kind of in a mood to do everything. I haven't 100% of this game in quite a while now, and I don't know. I'm having fun so far, and I think that's all that really matters. Just whether or not you're having fun with the game. So as long as I'm enjoying what I'm doing with this, I'll keep at her. Because there's a lot of areas you can miss if you don't get all the Skulltulas, so it's nice to be just obtaining everything that I don't normally get. And there is one art piece that we could cheese getting in the castle market, which personally I don't really mind the fact that we would have to cheese it, but I don't think one more heart piece would really fill another heart container, so I'm just gonna wait until like the proper moment to get it, since I don't know, I don't really feel there's a point to doing it now. So the way it works is with the magnifying, or not, the treasure house in Castletown. One of the chests is always gonna have a key, and the other is just gonna have rupees. What you can do is set a save state before every chest and just keep getting the key that way, but I don't know, I feel like that's a lot more work than it's worth just for one piece of art, you know? But I believe over here is something we can get. I want to say this is going to be the Deku Stick upgrade, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so this will let us carry 10 more Deku Sticks, and I'm glad that I actually have the rupees for it. And there is a way to get more capacity for more of your items from falling in a hole. It is where those two business scrubs were, and there's just that like little bush area with where I planted the magic bean. We need masks to get certain item upgrades, but for now we are just gonna wait on that until we get the warp song to get to the Lost Ones faster. Just because I don't feel like going back and forth, running and rolling. But we are gonna check what's in these little boulder holes. Probably nothing too exciting, but definitely does not hurt to check. And should be getting another Skulltula upgrade. Upgrade this video. I don't know if we're gonna reach 40 or not. I can't remember what I'm at for sure, but we'll definitely get something good. I think the next upgrade is the wallet upgrade for 500 rupees, so it's not overly exciting, but it's still something. But this is the area where you wear the mask and you fall in a little hole over by those butterflies. Currently, there's nothing really to do in this area unless we had a mask. You do come back later as a double link to get a Skulltula, but that is, once again, probably going to be next video that I do that. Just kind of all depends on how I go about doing things. But we'll get there eventually. So, next up is gonna be, I think, up here. There's one Skulltula that we can get. And that is gonna be behind some boulders to our left, yeah, over here. You don't need to blow all these up. I mean, you could just walk across the tight ropes if you really want to. But I'm just gonna blow them all up so they're not there anymore. You don't have to deal with them. We may have to come back here as Adult Link. I can't remember if there's anything else in this room that we really need to get besides the Skulltula, but as you can see there, that rock we can't do anything with as Young Link, so it's gonna have to wait. But yeah, I don't think there's anything that we need to come back here for 100% completion. It's Adult Link. I think it's just the Skulltula, unless there's a piece of heart on the other side, but I don't think there is. Can't remember for certain, but I don't think so. And all we gotta do to get Skulltulas just bashing into that crate there. But we do get some nice rupees, which is always nice. So we are pretty stocked on rupees for the moment. Don't know that we really need to buy anything. I mean, we'll get bombs in Hyrule Field at some point, or just by slashing things in general. And we do have the bomb bag upgrade already, so not much else to do in Goron City at the moment. So I think we can head back down to Kakariko Village, and I believe there's a Skulltula we can get from the graveyard now that we couldn't previously. I don't know why that Goron just exploded. That was very strange. Yeah, I don't know why he just suddenly exploded. That was really weird. There goes Link's knees. There should be a Skulltula in this spot here, I believe. But the fact that the sun's coming up, it's not disappearing, leads me to believe that it's not based on time of day, which is actually really interesting. Because this is probably one of the few Skulltulas you can actually get while it's daytime, just in an outdoor area. Besides the ones you get from trees, but that's pretty interesting that it didn't disappear. I don't know if that was intentional or if I just got lucky. But there's gonna be one more Skulltula for us to get over in the graveyard. And pretty sure we do have the piece of heart from Dampé's little grave digging thing, so we should be good there. I can't remember if this is the last for the graveyard Skulltulas or not. I don't think there's any in any of the tombs, but there might be. We'll plant this here because we are going to need it to get a heart piece when we're Adult Link. Then there's just going to be a Skulltula right there. But I would say I'm definitely ahead of the game in terms of what I'll have collected. Normally I think I only have like 700 containers by this point, so I'm definitely doing pretty well. What I have now, what is that? 4, 5, 6, so I got 10 already, which is really nice. It's probably gonna make the first temple we have to go through very easy. But I don't know, I feel like that's kind of part of Ocarina of Time's charm. Going from A Link to the Past to this game, A Link to the Past, I feel it was quite a bit more challenging than Ocarina of Time and a lot less lenient, whereas Ocarina of Time isn't very difficult, but it's really fun. So I really appreciate that you're rewarded for exploration in this game. And it's not like tedious stuff we're collecting, it's like actually things that you would enjoy doing. Where I like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, but I really hate the Korok seeds and just how for 100% completion you have to explore like every square inch of the map. And I don't know, when I 100% complete a game, I don't expect it to take me weeks and weeks. But then I don't really think it should require me to put in like 8 hours a day, you know? It's just my 2 cents, I guess. Our next up spot is gonna be Lon Lon Ranch, and I don't know how that guy didn't hit me there. Because there's some we can get on Lon Ranch yet. I don't know if there's any you could hear as Adult Link or not. We'll have to check that out later on. But I don't remember for certain. So we'll just keep on back walking here. There's nothing there. Alright. So, because the rooster didn't crow, it is still considered nighttime yet. So we can get all these Skulltulas. And probably within the first couple videos, being Adult Link, we should be able to get, excuse me, the heart piece from, or yeah, the heart piece from the House Skulltula. Okay, so I don't exactly remember where all the Skulltulas are. I just know there's 2 or 3 more left here. I don't remember if there's any as Adult Link or not. But we'll at least get these guys. So we got one up there. And I don't like these Guays. They're very strange enemies. I don't know if they're supposed to be like evil birds that just want to kill you for some reason. That's probably why there's nobody outside at the moment. Because how evil these Guay are. Kind of imagine them being like geese, because geese can be pretty evil. I don't know, there's just something about geese that I find them pretty evil. Evil little birds. And I'm glad I got closer to this. I didn't know there's Skulltula here. I had my suspicions though. But I think that's issues with the rendering distance or whatever that's called. And I didn't know there's a hole there either. This is probably my first time ever noticing that. Well, the question is, do they have anything good? Okay, that's not a good deal. Or maybe it is. I don't know, but I don't need them. I don't know, I'm just kind of against the Deku scrubs in general. Or the business scrubs, they seem evil. 5 bombs for 40 rupees. I don't know why I took that deal. It sounded good for a split second. But I don't know how good of a deal it was. I don't know what the bomb rates are in this game. I think that's all the Skulltulas on Lon Ranch then. Unless there's some as Adult Link, but I can't remember. So now I guess we can just continue on with the main story, which will consist of us going to Hyrule Castle. Well, not Hyrule Castle, but the market. Because you'll see there that the lights are on, the drawbridge is up for some strange reason. So let's go figure out what that reason might be for. always like that little sequence. Just, I feel it kind of symbolizes growth for Link, and that he's kind of becoming a man in some aspects, which might not necessarily be the greatest thing, because he's kind of skipping over part of his childhood, but we'll just have to see how that goes with him. So, I think we have done just about everything that I wanted to get done as young Link. Can't remember if I got the Skulltula or not, so we'll take a little look. But for the most part, I think I've done a lot of the collecting we can do as young Link in terms of art pieces. I don't think there's anything else we can get besides the treasure shop art piece, but like I said, I don't want to do that yet, just because I want to use the Lens of Truth, because I feel it's cooler that way. And the fountain he's talking about is for getting Din's Fire, which we'll get in a bit. And I don't think in my original playthrough I ever noticed this guy. It wasn't until I saw videos about it that I was like, is this actually real? So, I don't know, I feel experiencing this dude, like, in person. It's really weird, because it's kind of a dark part for young Link. Like, we're not really used to seeing something like this, because this dude's, like, dying right in front of us. And I guess Link's uncle kind of dies in front of him in Link to the Past, but he comes back, so I don't know if he's really dead or just really injured. But I don't know, it's weird seeing it in person, and I don't know why he was in the back alley, unless there's some sort of fight that happened back here. I don't know. But yeah, it's, I guess, kind of dark. Now, she's talking about Malin there, which I don't know why she's talking about Malin, because she hasn't been here in a while. We could have gotten the 50 seed bag, however, I'm not really in the mood to do so, just because the aiming, especially with the Joy-Con, it's really sensitive, so we're going to hold up on that for now. And we're going to go ahead and get Din's Fire. And I think that is all we can really do for the moment. I guess I could have done some of the mask stuff, but not really in the mood to do that at the moment, especially without warp socks and whatnot, so we're going to hold off on that for now. But we will get Din's Fire because it's a useful spell, and it's going to be helpful later on, so we'll do that. next video is just going to be covering some of the adult Link stuff and how that all comes to be. I'm very excited for. I always like the transition from young Link to adult Link and getting to use all his weapons. It's really cool. So we do have that to look forward to. And hopefully we make good progress in terms of side stuff, like collecting all the stuff on the side. So yeah, got 10 heart containers already and quite a few Skulltulas. So I would say we are doing phenomenally well considering the fact that I want to say there's 6 heart containers that we get as adult Link, meaning there's only, what is that, 4, 8, like 16 more pieces of heart I think for us to get. Less than that maybe, I can't remember what I have. Or wait, is there 6 more containers? Might have done that wrong. Fire, water, fire, forest, water, fire, spirit. No, there's only 5 more containers. So, 4, 8, 12, 16. So we do have like 20 more pieces of art to go, which still isn't bad. I just don't want to forget which ones I've gotten. End up missing one that I haven't gotten, you know? But hopefully it doesn't come down to me missing like one piece of art and not having any clue where it is, because that would really, really, really suck. But I think I'm gonna grab this mask first, just so I have it for when I do become young Link again, because the majority of the next half of the game, excuse me, I get tired from whispering. The majority of the next half of the game is going to be spent as adult Link, so might as well get this too. But then I think that is probably going to do it for this video. Next Ocarina of Time video will probably be Tuesday or Wednesday, but I want to thank you guys all for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day or night.